Hey guys, how's it going? Last lesson here is easy and won't take that long. Sorry, the last one was so long. This one is going to be on, I said to you that the kidneys have functions, the function of the kidneys to clean out blood. I showed you how it cleaned the blood in the last video where you remove anything that's toxic in the blood and you remove it into the nephron where you pee it out. That is the function of the kidney. The other function of the kidney is water regulation. So the kidney regulates water, and also salt regulation, okay? So that is the function of the kidney. All of these things is the responsibility of these kidney. Now, these two things are actually aided by, and one thing is the kidney also regulates pH. And we saw that because I showed you how when you have too many hydrogens, your kidney actually removes the hydrogens and they end up in your urine and you pee it out, right? So that has to do with the H positive ions that we talked about in the last lesson. Okay, so the kidney cleans out blood, and water regulation and salt regulation is actually because of hormones. Now, a hormone is a chemical messenger. Okay, so what does that mean? So a chemical messenger is a chemical in your body. Like testosterone is a hormone. It's made up of chemicals, which are on your periodic table. All those chemicals make up a hormone. And testosterone sends a message for guys to, grow hair, right? That's the message. So that's why we call hormones a chemical messenger. Well, there are hormones in our body that actually affect our kidney. And the two that you need to know about are ADH and aldosterone, okay? These are the two hormones that you need to know that affect your kidney. So ADH has to do with water balance, and aldosterone has to do with salt balance, okay? So that's these two hormones, and these two hormones are chemical messengers, so they send a message to the kidney, so the kidney can do this and the kidney can do that. Okay, so now how does ADH affect water balance? Okay, well, I'll show you, okay? So basically, in our last video, right, I showed you this, and this was the distal convoluted tubule, and this was the collecting duct, okay? And remember the collecting duct, okay, just so that you know, eventually it leads to the ureter, which eventually leads to the bladder, and then you pee everything out, right? So in the collecting duct, in the distal convoluted tubule, there are all these blood vessels, of course, that are wrapped around this, right? And so let's say let's say you are exercising, so you exercised, and then you become very thirsty. Well, when you're very thirsty, right, or you become dehydrated because you're maybe stuck on an island, right, and you not have enough water, you don't have enough water, well, then your brain actually sends out ADH, which is the hormone, and this hormone ADH is now in your blood. Here's the ADH in your blood, and it targets the distal tubule, but mostly it targets the collecting duct. That's its target. And basically what it does is, here's ADH, right? It binds to the collecting duct and it increases water reabsorption. Okay, so remember what reabsorption means? It means we're going into the blood. Okay, we're taking things into the blood. So what happens is, because of this ADH, if there's water here, which is eventually going to make its way out, right, to the outside, right, because you pee it out. If you have this ADH, right, all this ADH that's binding to this collecting duct, right, look at all this ADH, right? It's moving in from the blood and it's binding to the collecting duct. What it's going to do is it's going to increase water reabsorption. So that just means that water is going to move from the nephron and from where you're going to pee it out back into the blood. So you're taking the water and you're putting all this water back into the blood, okay? So now, why would you do that? Why would you take all this water and put it back into your blood, right? Why would you do that? Hold on. This thing here is, I just wanted to erase. I want to show you that, like, you get rid of this, you get rid of this, and all this water ends up in the blood. Well, the reason why that happens and the reason why you want to put all this water back into the blood is because you're trying to conserve water. Remember, you're dehydrated. You need water. So what your body does is it transports this water. Okay, here's water, here's water, here's water, here's water. Okay, the water that's supposed to go and pee out, you're actually keeping it in your body. You're keeping the water in your body, right? And then when you do that, you decrease your thirst. Now, you can't do that all the time. So, like, that you're dehydrated when your urine becomes really yellow, because what you're doing is you're taking the water. Your urine should probably be like clear, like, or very pale yellow. That means you're getting enough water. But if it's consistently like really dark yellow, that means that you're not drinking enough water. So you want to just drink the water, because otherwise your body feels like it has to conserve the water. So it'll take any water that's in your collecting duct and just keep it in your body. But the problem is when you do that, you tend to pee less, right? And so that means you're going to have like decreased urine output. And that just means like if you're not urinating as much, then all that urea is staying in your body too. So all that waste is still in your body. So you just want to make sure you're drinking a lot of water. And that's basically all ADH does. It binds to the collecting duct. It takes all the water that's in, takes the water that's in the collecting duct and puts it back into the blood. So now you're keeping the water in your body instead of peeing it out. So you pee less, and that's it. And so the last one is aldosterone. And aldosterone, very briefly, you'll learn more about this in Bio 30, is salt reabsorption. So basically, same thing, reabsorption is back into the blood. And what you want is you want to increase the amount of salt in your blood, right? So maybe you have low salt levels, right? And so aldosterone will be released, and aldosterone will go to your kidney, and it will increase the salt reabsorption, okay? Which means the salt is going to go from the blood, from the nephron, into the blood, okay? And so you're going to get increased salt in the blood, right? And so that's basically what aldosterone does. We've decided that we don't want you to know much more than that in terms of aldosterone, because we do go into it more thoroughly in Bio 30. So I hope that helped them. All you need to really know is that aldosterone is responsible for salt reabsorption. So like if you have less salt, release aldosterone, targets the kidney, right? It targets the distal tubule of the kidney. It increases salt reabsorption. So that means salt goes into the blood, and now you have more salt in your blood. And there you have it, okay? So I hope that helps. This is done for this video, done for all the other videos, and you guys take care. Have a good week, and I will see you at the Google Meet session tomorrow at 1.